So hi guys, this video is regarding my CA Inter face-to-face revision class at Chennai from February 12th to February 16th. So as you can see, so we are going to conduct one face-to-face revision classes at the venue A&M classes. Those who are in Chennai definitely know about A&M classes. A&M sir is very famous in Chennai. And this is the location where we are going to conduct this particular face-to-face revision class. Now many students are having doubts about what is this class about, what is the duration, what content that we are going to cover. A first timer, can he attend? A person doing self-preparation, can he attend? How this particular 25 hours revision class is going to be different from my actual regular course. So what, typically speaking, what I am going to get from these classes. So these are the various queries which I have received in the past 4 or 5 days from the launch of this brochure by the A&M classes. Find all that I'm going to clarify. By the way, first I'll give you the basic batch details. Then I will go into what I'm going to cover, which material I'm going to use, what you are going to get if you join into this class. Now, so first of all, it's a CA Inter face-to-face auditing and ethics, our paper 5 in group 2, correct? And moreover, this is a revision class. It's not exam oriented batch or crash batch or full course, nothing. It's a revision class. Purely we do revision. Now the immediate question that pops up in your mind is, sir, will this be useful for a first timer? Like, I'm a first timer, sir. I have not taken coaching at all. So I have not even started preparation. Can I come? This is the first question which everybody has. Yes, for sure. My auditing regular class will be somewhere around 100 to 110 hours, where I go too in-depth into the content and cover 100% of the syllabus. Whereas in revision class, since this is a revision class, you see the time every day I'm going to spend morning 8, like just a minute. So morning 8 o'clock to afternoon 1:30, in between some half an hour to 40 minutes break. So typically every day we are going to cover 4.5 to 5 hours productively. Getting it? 4.5 to 5 hours, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1:30. Getting it? So 8 o'clock it starts, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 1:30. So which means 5.5 hours we are having the slot. Getting it? Out of which some half an hour to 45 minutes, let us assume, for breaks. So 4.5 to 4 hour 45 minutes productively I will take from February 12th to 16th, which means 5 days. So close to 25 hours approximately I am going to cover these classes. Which means if you look at my regular classes, 100 hours I'm finishing this entire subject right from the very scratch, discussing it in depth, discussing various scenarios, reading from the material line by line, and again connecting with it, repeating it, practice questions, true or false questions, MCQs, all put together is 100 hours, 100 to 110. Now in this revision class, since it's a revision class, of course we discuss, so we cover so many points, so much of content. We cover almost, typically speaking, 80% of the syllabus, 75 to 80% of the syllabus. Don't worry, I will open the material and show you what I'm going to cover. First, let's look at what you're going to get, what are the timelines of that. So timings initially I fixed as 8 to 1:30. Maybe in the first day or second day, once, depending upon the movement in the class, maybe I will change the time to the second day or third day. Probably I may change. Suppose if at all I feel coming at 8 o'clock in the morning is a bit difficult getting it, because even I have to stay in a hotel in Chennai, so where breakfast has to be ready. So if at all breakfast is not ready in the morning by 7:50, only if I have that breakfast I can come to your class. If at all it was not ready, maybe we may postpone it to 9 on the second day. But the first day, February 12th, is the starting day of this revision class. On that day, 8 o'clock the class will start, 8 or 8:15 on a worst scenario. Getting it? So for registrations, you can contact this number. You can contact this number and enroll for registrations. Now what you are getting? What is the fees for this? The fees is 1,000 rupees. The fees is very simple. It's 1,000 rupees and plus GST. Right? So 1,000 rupees plus GST. And by the way, I'm also giving you hard copy at free of cost. Nothing but for 1,000 rupees plus GST, somewhere it will come to 1180 rupees. So for this price, you are getting books as well. Which book you are going to get? This is the one biggest question. Sir, are we going to get any colored notes, chart notes kind of? No. My proper regular notes you will be getting. So you open my website. our websites, restofuscacma.com. There is something called PDF resources. So you just download, you just open that CA Inter. You open group 2, notes and videos. So in that you open paper 5. You see this material. I have a material P5 auditing module 1 and module 2 put together in single PDF. Okay. So this is my material, which is of 650 pages audit material, where we cover 100% ICA content, where we discuss 100% MCQs, true or false questions, case study based questions, everything will be there. Wait, let it load. Yeah. So just a minute. By audit. So case to vision. Just saving in that. I'm just downloading this. So this is the material I am going to use, and this is the same material we are going to give you as complimentary for those who are attending. Technically speaking, I'm charging very less. For the first time, I'm charging very less on fees because there is a one reason. Some of you might have worried, sir, earlier, if at all any of you know, we used to charge 2,500 or 2,000 minimum for revision class, that too without book. But this time for 1,000 rupees, we are even giving the book. What is the reason? Why such an aggressive pricing? Very simple. Whatever the revision class that I am taking, right, that will be recorded again. In the classroom itself, I'm taking class, simultaneously recording will also be going on my system. Entire recording, mostly I can say 80 to 90% of the recording. Suppose 25 hours we recorded. 25 hours, let's assume 25 hours, is the class. 25 hours is the class, right? Just a minute. So 25 hours is the class, right? At least 20 to 22 hours, or maybe on a conservative note, 100% of the entire that revision recording, I will record and upload on YouTube also. Now, when will I upload on the YouTube? Not on the same day. March 1st week or March 2nd week, I will upload on the YouTube. Getting it? Now some students might have it out. Sir, suppose I'm attending this class, sir, 5 days. Suppose if I miss on any day, will you give me backup class? No backup class, nothing. You just have to wait for March 1st or 2nd week, until I upload it on the YouTube. The same recording will be there on the YouTube. Since we are uploading the entire recording at free, obviously, YouTube, right? So the students who are coming for physical classes, we just have to recover overheads and material costs that we are giving hard copy. So since we are giving material hard copy, 2 modules of the materials you will be getting, and we need to have accommodation expenses we need to recover, right? Just for that, a nominal 1,000 rupees we are charged. Getting it? This is purely to recover the cost. Now immediately some of you, sir, when you are going to upload everything on the YouTube, is there any necessity to come for the physical class? Obviously, physical class is having its own experience. So those of you who want to interact with me personally, getting it? Because during breaks time, I will not go anywhere. I'll sit in the class and then I just interact with the students. And sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, when the recording mode is off, when I'm not recording, I will talk about various other stuff, especially exam presentation things, all that I will be talking. So those who are coming exclusively for physical class, some extra touch and extra advantage should be there, right? So that extra advantage I will show you in the physical class itself. Getting it? So those who are unable to attend physical class, those who want to save this money, very simple. You can simply wait up to March 1st week or 2nd week. I will upload on the YouTube. But remember, 1 month I will at least take gap. 20 days to 30 days gap I will take after the recording is completed. Those of you who do not want to waste the 20-30 days, I just want to finish revision class within this February 2nd week itself, then come here, physical class. I am expecting at least 300 to 500 students. Thinking of, please, so that the reason why I gave an aggressive pricing, getting it, because I want to see many of my audit students who are watching my audit marathons on YouTube, who are probably my regular students, whoever it is. Getting it? Now some query, some of you might have even this query also. Sir, suppose no, I don't want books, sir. I don't want books. What is the fee? The fees will be very simple, 600 rupees plus GST. If you do not want the book, the fees is 600 rupees plus GST. If you do not want the book. So I will also intimate this A&M class staff members also. If at all a student is not wanting the book, just collect 600 plus GST. If the student want the book, extra collect 400 plus GST. Getting it? Simple. If the student is wanting the book, 1000 plus GST. If the student do not want the book, 600 plus GST. Getting it? So as simple as such. So I hope I have given you complete information about the class. Now coming to, sir, this is the syllabus that we have. This is my main audit material, which is having 657 pages. From this book I will cover. This is the book I'm going to use in the class. Now immediately, sir, not colored notes. Look, I don't believe in shortcut. The primary reason why I'm taking this revision class in Chennai, technically, you see, I don't take anywhere physical classes at all. Because my schedule is very tight with my academy, with my recording works. So many works are going on. So 99% I interact with students over the phone or over the messages, and I do recordings only. I don't go generally outside. Physical classes and all I don't take anywhere because my time is very, very limited. My I have very time constraint. So many constraints on my schedules. So that's the reason. But somehow I'm coming out of my comfort zone, taking additional burden and coming physically to the Chennai. That's why anyhow the same thing I'm recording and uploading on the YouTube also, and that's the reason why we are charging, technically speaking, very less fee. So for the class hardly we are charging 600 rupees, not even I think that is something not considerable amount also. It's a negligible amount for many. Okay, that's it. So now what I'm going to cover, these topics I will not cover. I will highlight the topics which I will not cover. Okay, the topics which I will not cover is 450. This standard I will not cover, but I will give you glimpse of the standard. So this is the index. If you download this PDF from my website, you will find this book. PDF is free. Anybody can download. The same thing you will get as a hard copy. You need not even take a print. If you enroll by paying 1000 rupees plus GST, you will get this book as a complimentary for the class. Getting it? Then I will not be covering different types of entities. But inside this, I will be covering audit of cooperative societies. Inside the societies audit, I will be covering. So different types of entities I will not cover. Risk assessment and internal control chapter I will not cover. Getting it? So except these, remaining all other chapters, sorry sir, one more, 520 analytical procedures I will not cover. So technically speaking, this analytical procedures weightage will be 5 marks. Audit of different types of entities weightage will be 10 marks. Risk assessment and internal control, this weightage will be somewhere around 10 marks. So 25 marks to, maybe on a conservative note, some points we may not discuss, some 10 more marks content we might be skipping, some 35 to 40 marks of the content as the whole we will not be covering in the class. But in the class we are able to cover, we will be covering 80 marks content. Sir, 100 marks are in a paper. Array, with choice 120, man. Out of that 40 I am not able to cover. I cannot cover. I will not cover because it's not possible within the 25 hours of time. So 80 marks, 70% of the syllabus I am going to cover. And believe me, even if you are a first timer, by listening to this class, you will get a holistic understanding of the auditing subject for sure. Okay. And this will definitely help you to prepare even on your own if at all you are not affordable for regular class. So this assurance I can give you. Okay. Now, simple down the line summary. So February 12th, 2024 to February 16th, the face-to-face revision class, morning 8 to 1:30. This time, first day will be the same. The second day onwards, whether the same time or not, let us discuss in the class itself on the first day. Okay. Fees will be 1000 rupees plus GST. If any of you do not want hard copies, 600 plus GST you have to pay. Okay. Then what syllabus I'm going to cover, I clearly told. What I'm not covering, I told. So rest everything I will be covering. Don't expect line by line reading. Come on, this is a revision class. This is not a regular class. If at all you want in-depth understanding, 100% content, you have to go for regular class, not revision. This is a revision class. And this entire class for these 5 days I'm going to record, and the same will be available on the YouTube in the March 1st or 2nd week. Why did recording everything went smooth? Technically, sometimes we cannot issue, sometimes the recording might miss. We don't know. 99% I will make sure it will not happen because that is very important for me. The recording is very important for me. Getting it? Because technically speaking, I hardly do not get any amount on this. Just that I'm coming out of my comfort zone, recording this, interacting with students, and that is what the boosting thing for me in this class. In this particular class, the only motivational factor for me is I can meet some students physically after a long time. It's been more than 1.5 years I took a physical class. Okay, more than 1 year probably. I hope you are clear with the entire information. What resources I'm giving you, hard copy I showed you. The PDF also you can download and decide accordingly whether you want hard copy or not. So please, you enroll immediately with the A&M classes. So I showed you, right? I showed you just a minute. So this is the number. So 9500810008. So immediately you call this number and enroll. By 8th February, getting it, try to enroll so that we will have a list of students who are joining. We will have a count. So accordingly, we can make hard copy study. Of course, we maintain some margin also, because there will be so many students who are, sorry, at least 10th. By 10th of February, at least make sure you are available. So at least, so that on 12th, even if suddenly some 50 to 100 students suddenly come into the class, it is, we can manage with additional copies. Getting the point? We will bring additional copies. So spot registrations also will be there on the 12th, but make sure you do not come for spot, because class will be starting by 8 o'clock itself. So when will you come for spot registration? 7 o'clock, huh? Not possible, right? Moreover, if you want to come, staff would be there, right? So we should not disturb the staff timings also. So we should consider that aspect also. So try to call this number, register for the course, and so let's rock the revision class. These 5 days, I'm telling you, you are going to experience not just audit, you will understand how to learn these subjects in CA, how to crack. So I will be doing some additional inputs also. Depending upon the necessity, I will take extra 1-2 hours in the afternoon also. So once morning 8 to 1:30 slot is completed, if possible, if my energy permits, I will take 1 more hour extra session in the afternoon also. Some career counseling guidance, some sort of guidance I will try my best to provide. So long story short, I clearly explained. Okay, so waiting to see you, and don't need to worry about the class capacity. We can accommodate up to 300 to 500 students. The capacity, the A&M classes is having that capacity also. So you need not worry. And I'm even very much thankful to A&M sir personally, because the moment when I asked in the last moment, so technically we did not plan this inter audit revision in the February, but somewhere I decided in the January last week only. Immediately A&M sir has agreed with his kind heart. So I'm personally thankful to A&M sir, because he always looks for students satisfaction at the end of the day. Students want the best thing. And when I told him let us charge nominal fee, he's very much happy for that also. That's it. Okay, all the very best. Have a nice day.